Book recommendation this week, we've got Writing Tools, 50 Essential Strategies for Every Writer by Roy Peter Clarke. I've just finished reading this book. To be honest, I didn't know who Roy Peter Clarke was, but then I discovered that he's quite famous in the US among writers. He's actually considered America's writing coach. And I can tell that he knows a lot about writing. This is not just one book that is written about writing. There are more, and I'm planning to read other books by him. I can tell you that I recommend reading this book because you will learn that you can learn how to write well. You can learn. Writing is a craft, writing is an art, and you can learn it by applying the right tools, using the right tools. The author says this in the introduction. He doesn't want rules. He's against rules. He wants tools, because a rule says you must do this. Okay, if you don't do this, then your reader will not blah blah blah. But a tool is more empowering because you can use the tool and you can apply it to your own unique situation, to whatever you're writing, to whatever genre you're writing, to whatever thing you're writing. So it gives you, it invites you to explore. And actually, this is what Roy says at the beginning. He says this on page 4 in the introduction. He says, this book invites you to imagine the act of writing less as a special talent and more as a purposeful craft. So, yes, it is an art, and you can learn how to be an artist. You can learn. With the right tools, you can learn. So, what do I mean by tool? Tool, I guess it's another word for technique. So, you will find 50 techniques. Each technique will be explained through stories, and it will also you will also learn how it works in practice, because you will get you will read texts from a variety of sources like newspapers, novels, non-fiction books that show you how the tool works in practice. Another thing that I like about this book, it's that is practical. Every section ends with a workshop. And by workshop, I mean a list of 4 suggestions on how to discover more about the tool or how to apply the tool. For example, there is a tool number 6. Tool number 6 is one that I was completely, I'd never heard of this before. Tool number 6 is about INGs. So let me find it. Okay, take it easy on the INGs. Prefer the simple present or past. I didn't know this. I'd never heard of this before. Like INGs actually make your text harder to read. Like I'm going, all these going, running, all the words ending in INGs, apparently they make your text, I don't know, more harder. I mean, harder to read. And this section ends with a workshop. Number 1, read your recent work. Circle any word that ends with ING. What have you discovered? Do you use too many INGs? Number 2, if so, revise a few passages. See if you can knock off some INGs, using instead the simple present or past. And then there are other two more suggestions on how to use the tool. That's why I think this is not a book. So how not to use this book? The worst way to use this book is this. You read it, and then you put it back on the shelf, and you never read it again. And to me, this it would be a waste of reading, really, because you need, like, this is a manual, an entertaining manual, And it's one that you keep it here next to your keyboard or next to your pen, and you see if you can use the tool. You actually intentionally use the tool. You're writing something, all right. The next day, you want to edit what you wrote, have a look. Pick a tool and see how you can apply that to your writing. I think this is the right way, or I mean, one way to use this book. And I wrote this in my newsletter today. If you read a cookbook, like a recipe book, you've got 50 recipes, you read them, and then you put it back into, in the cupboard. You put the book back into the cupboard. Why did you read the book? Like, you're reading because you want to cook something, right? So this is the same. You're reading this book because you want to improve your writing. And you can improve your writing if you explore what Roy Peter Clarke teaches us in this book. One, I'll tell you about my favorite tool, and it's tool 49. And I want to read the introduction here of this to this tool. Learn from your critics. So it's a little bit long, so it will take me maybe a couple of minutes to read it. But listen to each word. Learn from your critics. Tolerate even unreasonable criticism. Here we go. I've saved one of the hardest lessons for near the end. I don't know anyone who enjoys negative criticism, especially of creative work. But such criticism can be priceless if you learn how to use it. The right frame of mind can transform criticism that is nasty, petty, insincere, biased, and even profane into gold. This alchemy requires one magic strategy. The receptive writer must convert debate into conversation. In a debate, one side listens only to find a counter-argument. In a conversation, there is give and take. A debate ends with a winner and a loser. A conversation can conclude with both sides learning and a promise of more good talk to come. I don't know if it's because this is a tool that we can apply in life in general, but I received some bad criticism. On my writing. Bad, I mean, like criticism that I didn't expect to be that strong. And I was not very happy about it, because that's something that I would never do. I would never criticize someone else's writing in that way, in the way that some people criticized mine. But actually, then I realized that, I took on that advice. I took that advice from those people, even though it was, it was harsh. Or maybe it was expressed not nicely. And actually, I improved the draft. Of what I was writing. And then I read this, and guess what? It's true. You learn by even getting this bad criticism. So don't take it personally. I know it's easier said than done, but don't take it personally. Don't fall into the trap of arguing about matters of taste, says Roy Peter Clarke. If you can learn to use criticism in positive ways, you will continue to grow as a writer. It's my favorite tool, tool 49. And with all that's happening in the world right now, turning a debate into a conversation may save us all, probably. Right, I don't have anything else to tell you about this. Oh no, well, I want to interview Roy now. I've seen that he has appeared on a few podcasts and YouTube channels. I'll send him an email if I find his email address. And I'll tell him if he wants to come, if he wants to join the show. Because I haven't had a guest in a long time. So it's time to have someone again. Next book, I'm reading another one, and I'm going to probably, let's see, let me finish it first. Nobody Wants to Read Your Shit by Steven Pressfield. He is the author of The War of Art, which I haven't read. But it's another book about becoming a better writer. And then after this, I will take a break from reading books about writing, because I want to read something else. I've actually joined Vinted. I don't know if you know Vinted. It's an app. I think we only have it in Europe, but I'm buying used books, secondhand books, like too many probably. I've bought 4 the other day. I bought a novel, which is, I'm forcing myself to read a novel, and if I want to read a novel, I need to read one that, is so popular that everyone recommends. Otherwise, I cannot find the motivation. So this is to tell you, another book review is coming. I'm forcing myself to read something different, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Video, book review, podcast, whatever it is. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.